Hey everyone, I'm Becky,
And I'm Sarah.
and we're doing Bickering book reviews. Today we are talking about Super Fake Love Song by David Yoon, which I got through NetGalley through a widget in a conference, and then somehow I think I also got it off of Edelweiss. I don't know how I got it off of Edelweiss, but it was there.
Same.
Same. So this book is about Sunny Day, and is he a senior? I don't think they ever tell us. So he is Korean American. He is in high school, and his parents have moved them to a very wealthy community in California, and his parents have a business connection who have just moved back to California, and they bring their daughter Cirrus to come meet him, and he falls in love with Cirrus. Well, Cirrus sees him hanging out in his brother Grayson's room, and his brother or brother Gray. He's not Grayson, he's Gray. Grayson was a different book we just did. And his brother was like a rock star, like high school version rock star. Like all the people in school thought he was so cool. And so Sirius thinks Sonny is a musician, and he's like, hey, if that gets you to dig me, then sure, why not? So, but he's like more of a D&D kind of guy. And so he gets his friends to fake being in a band, and he's pretending to be a musician to try to win her over and have a romance.
So I'm gonna be honest, up like from the get-go, and I will not be rating this book because I did not finish it. I did not finish it as a choice. It wasn't that I ran out of time, but that I just got to the point where I needed to walk away. And I'm trying really hard. It's always been kind of a life goal of mine that because I'm terrible at it, that when I get to a point that I'm just not a fan of a book and it's just not working for me, that I can put it down and I can walk away. And I got 200 pages into this book. It was a struggle the whole way, and I stopped. I allowed myself to stop.
So I didn't struggle. Like I thought I read it pretty quickly. Like my Kindle said it was like 4.5 hours. But there were some problems, and like I'm describing it, I don't know, I can't remember how old the character was. That's not great. I can't remember if he was a junior or senior. Um,
The
so
dialogue was a train wreck. The dialogue was a train wreck. He's spelling things out phonetically sometimes, not spelling them out phonetically other times. He's like it's just a train wreck. Like I don't understand what they're saying, so it's super confusing.
so that was my problem. Was like I feel like he's trying to be so clever that it doesn't quite make sense. Like the gym teacher is only referred to as Mr. Oldtimer. It took me a while to realize that the English teacher was Mr. Tweed because he was wearing tweed.
Oh, I thought that was his name.
I did too, but then there were like two or three other people that they referred to as something like that. And I'm like, that's probably what that means.
So when we
Um,
were talking at one point that you were like, this is what critics say that John Green writes, according to critics, John Green writes characters that speak not at all like teenagers. I think that that is not true. I think if you want that to be true, you read this book. Teenagers
right,
don't talk like this. And if they do, there's one of them in a crew of 100.
right, no. And like, so I'm reading it and they're talking about like his bicycles, like the Velociraptor, and everything like has like a little trademark next to it. And it reminded me of Grasshopper Jungle, was that what that was called? But not done as well, the Andrew Smith book.
Yeah, I didn't read that one.
Um, and I really like you don't get to know him at all. You don't get to know any of them. And his big like growth moment didn't really feel that growth momenty for me.
I just it was hard like I couldn't connect to the writing style. Like I the
The writing was rough.
writing was just a mess and I couldn't connect to it. And I wish I liked his books, but I just don't because I mean it would be great to like these books because they're diverse, because they're told from a male perspective, because it's kind of unique in that it is romance while also realistic fiction. Like I get why I should want to like these books, but they just don't work.
Well, so and that's my thing because like that was like my big like that's the big walk away, like the big good thing is it is this diverse book about it's a romance book from a boy's perspective, and you so very rarely see that. But there's something else we were talking about. Like they keep talking about, like they keep mentioning that it's diverse, but I don't in any way see that it's diverse. Like if they didn't keep reminding you that he was Korean, was there anything that like would play into that?
No,
Um, but yeah, and I kind of liked Frankly in Love, so
I didn't like this more than I didn't like Frankly in Love, but because I at least finished Frankly in Love.
I liked Frankly in Love better than this.
I will not be finishing this book.
We should rate it. So our rate, well, I'll rate it. So the rating system starts top with 5 unicorns. We're gonna have 2 unicorns. If we don't like it, it's a horse. So like I'm at a 2.5, and I originally rounded up to a 3, but like I finished this book 4 or 5 hours ago, and I'm having a hard time with the salient details. So I think I'm gonna go with a 2. So that is where I am on Super Fake Love Song, and we'll see you around.
Bye.
Bye.